over that. That's what I meant.
Oh, no, we're in a paddock. So, guys, we're back here in the paddock. We're at Watkins Glen with the American Endurance Racing Series. It's Friday practice, and we're with Team Shift Up here, and going to do a little interview with, what's the hood? Okay, with Amy and Lynn, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to hand you girls the mic
right.
and let you kind of
do most of the talking.
Well, people gave me grief at Road Atlanta, like, hey, Caswell, we're here to talk to the teams, not you.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
So, Team Shift. No, you should be fine, right?
Yeah.
Team Shift Up. Tell me what Team Shift Up is.
So
how you got started in racing, why we're here. Give me your names too.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, I'm Lynn Kehoe,
I'm Amy Dilks.
and we're part of Team Shift Up, and we are a female race team, and we started this team to help drive courage and confidence for girls and women. We do some programs for schoolgirls, middle school and high school girls. Amy and I just finished one at Stoneleigh Burnham School in Greenfield, Massachusetts. The kids loved it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And it was great. And we've got Krista Williams and Laura Parkhurst are also racing with us this time.
Let me get a better angle for you.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Look
There
at
we
that.
go.
Isn't that
Great.
so much better? Sorry,
Yes.
it's really hard to
There we
film
go.
from behind.
Ready?
Yeah.
And
So
there
are
we
we
go.
starting over? Or?
No, we're
okay.
live.
We're live.
Oh, wow,
live.
we're live.
Yeah, we're live.
I'm not used to being
have
live.
like
This is
live
cool.
TV.
Yeah, we have
You
like
know?
live TV. We have people tuning and watching. Hey, anyone
I
got
love
any
it.
comments for the team here?
Questions, concerns?
Yeah, if you got any questions, concerns, we're running a spec E30. And,
Yep.
well, we'll get to the mechanical in a second because it's actually a pretty interesting.
Yeah,
it
issues.
is.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
to me.
It's interesting to you when it's not your issue, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's easier
They're
to
always
see at 30,
interesting.
you know?
Exactly.
So you
But-
you built the team to really create awareness, education, to empower more women to go do courageous things.
Exactly,
That's right.
exactly,
Yes.
exactly. And the idea is that if we build the next generation of confident, courageous women, we will not need Me Too or Time's Up because they'll be confident enough to say something when something's wrong. And so we happen to use our race car driving experiences to convey the message, but, flight schools could do it. There's a lot of other courageous people out there, and we have a friend who's a BMX biker.
Yeah,
and
Chelsea. Shout out to Chelsea.
Yep. Hey, Chelsea.
If she's watching.
Oops, sorry.
There you go.
Oh.
Hey,
Oh, Amy,
hi.
I'm so
Hi, camera.
You should
Sorry
hold.
about that.
I was trying to hold it, but
No, here, you hold
not.
it.
All right,
You
there
hold
we go.
this.
There we go.
There
There
you
we go.
All right.
Okay, there
Yeah.
we go.
And what we've both agreed on is the lessons learned in racing can apply to so many things in life, especially in endurance racing where it's teamwork. It's not just going as fast as you possibly can. It's relying on your mechanics and everything.
Right. There's a little bit of strategy as well, so we like that about it.
Now let's talk-
And
sorry, what were you gonna
well,
say?
I was just going to encourage everybody to go to shiftupnow.com. All our social media is Shift Up Now. So
Shift Up Now. So Shift Up Now, N-O-W?
Correct.
ShiftUpNow.com.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
so these are-
So
And Instagram, Facebook,
YouTube.
all
Is
that
there a
fun
logo
stuff.
on the car with the website?
Yes.
not with the
not with the
website.
website.
There's the logo.
I know, but then you need the now.
I know.
I know.
It's
We'll
okay.
do that.
Just
Yeah.
so I can put the camera on and then people can
Yeah,
look
just
up
be
by
like,
the
and
logo.
go
Thank
here.
you. Thank you.
No, it's
Yeah.
okay. Well, look,
So-
that's what I tell all the teams. We're here to plug our sponsors. If that's like our
Yeah.
parents or
Yeah.
our spouse or our
Yeah.
kids.
Well, all of our families sponsor us with their time.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Like how many family members have brought us food while we're renting
Oh,
car and
yeah.
starving
Yeah.
and said no, keep going, have fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe they're team sponsors,
Yeah.
and maybe it's like my friends used to build my cars, then go to work and send me racing.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Exactly.
we're here to plug sponsors. We're here to plug causes.
Yeah.
Some guys are racing for charities. And
Yeah, and that's absolutely awesome.
So yeah, and are there any other sponsors we need to plug? Like who helped build
Well,
the car? You girls, I think, all
so-
built it.
so
Yeah.
actually-
No, you probably all built the car yourself.
Well, we could have, but we actually have Andrew Zimmerman, who's
Yeah.
wrenching back there with drive gear.
Yeah, I know.
And,
Andrew.
and
Wrenching on his other car that he's renting.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
super reliable E30s to
Yep,
drive
yep,
here.
yep.
Yep, we have Danny Parkhurst at Parkhurst Performance who works on the car. Got Jacob Mosler has lent some support as well for working on this car. We have Stoneleigh Burnham School that is not a sponsor, but a beneficiary of the charity that we raise for the school. I've got my brother-in-law, Mitchell Walk, Retirement Wealth Specialist.
I'm telling you.
So, and Mitchell's a big Facebook guy, so hopefully he's out there watching.
Cool.
But his money management makes financing this possible.
Yeah, there we go.
So,
Now let's talk about the week. Oh, sorry, did I cut you off?
No, that's okay.
So now let's talk about the weekend, right? So
the weekend that has just begun.
Yeah,
Crazy cold.
So I'm gonna talk a little bit, even though I'm telling you not to.
Yeah.
So this is a spec E30 car that's
correct.
Super reliably.
Yes.
Except your last race at Daytona was it?
Sebring.
Sebring, my bad. Close enough.
Yeah.
So your last race at Sebring, you had the crank bolts back out.
So the crank bolt. The race at Sebring was very, very active.
What's
that? Usually means carnage.
It was a short endurance race.
Yes.
It was a
6-hour.
Fun.
So the crank bolt backed off during practice. We got it back on. Everything.
What's it feel like? Feel vibration?
The car just bogs. You go to gas the car and it's just nothing there.
Oh, because you're losing the timing on the crank
Exactly.
bolt. Wobbling out of true from the center.
Because the timing teeth on the timer is on the crank bolt, so it's like, ugh.
Right, so right before the whole thing just goes to hell, you lose all your pulleys and belts and destroy the whole car.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The engine cuts out.
Yeah, so if you're paying attention, you can kind of be like, oh, I should probably pit. So we fixed all of that. We started the race. We're running really great, and one of our co-drivers, who was unfortunately not here, is probably watching from home. Hi, Christina.
Hi, Christina. We miss you.
She was driving when the front driver's side hub failed, and the wheel detached from the car. Luckily, we got the car back in. We put it, since it's in an endurance race, we put a new hub and a new wheel on there and sent it right back out. And then I got in the car, and about an hour into my final stint, the car started getting some oil fume behind it, which is never a good thing. So we brought it in, and Sebring is notoriously bumpy, so the two oil lines that go into the oil filter had come loose. So it wasn't even a bad thing. It was just we tightened those back up, put more oil in it, back out we did. And unfortunately, in the final laps of the race, the final laps of my stint, I started to lose electricity. And that's weird. So on the back straight, coming back from turn 15, 16, long back, very dark straightaway. Exactly. I started to lose everything. I had about a half a headlight and maybe 2 spark plugs. And I just floored the car because I knew I didn't want to get stuck without any lights or power and anything. Yeah. Nope. I cruised into the pit right before the timing loop because it was the last lap of the race. Everyone came running up. As soon as the checkered flag flew, we pushed the car across the finish line and finished the race.
Right.
Because it counts.
Technically, it's legit. You
Technically,
lose the lap.
we finished.
Yeah.
You go lap down for the last second.
But,
so what?
So, yeah, because 4th place was way behind us. Yeah. So we finished on the podium in a very interesting way. But
we have a picture of that, a video of that on our Facebook
yeah, if you want to see more, we have it on our YouTube.
Yeah,
and
on
then
YouTube.
the Facebook page is on Shift Up Now?
Yes, Shift Up Now. Yep.
Shift Up Now Facebook page.
But all that had gone wrong was that the oil that was leaking had gotten on the alternator belt, so it was just slipping off.
Right.
That was the only thing that was wrong. So we didn't really have a major issue. It was just all of these little things.
So, and a little sidebar real quick.
Yeah.
So, guys, the reason why we're kind of bringing you some of the... Sorry, it's all mirrored. The reason why we're bringing you... it's brutal. To get the logos to go right, I have to mirror it, and then it rotates the wrong way. Yeah. So, but the reason why we're telling you all these stories of endurance racing is, one, how much fun it is to come out here with your friends and race and solve the problems and as a team get through it together. But two, so you guys learn, because most of you guys watching from home are also fellow racers. Yeah. So, you're in an endurance race, you have an oil leak, oil spraying the engine. Next thing you know, you start to lose power. Well, you learned from Amy that odds are
Your timing
belts.
belt.
Oil got onto your accessory belts, and it's slipping on the pulley for the alternator. You're getting no power. So part of these interviews, part of these stories is so you guys can learn to be better racers, learn to be better mechanics, learn to know your car better, and learn, like, here's the weird thing, right? If you're a mechanic and your bearing goes, your brakes go, your clutch goes, you know how to change it. Well, endurance racing?
All of this stuff goes wrong in weird ways.
Yeah, and you're not, you can't change the engine, you can't change the assembly, you need to repair it as fast as possible. So you need to learn how to fix stuff on the fly, and that's what some of these interviews are about. And some of the teams have built stuff into their cars to make things easier, like you'll see a lot of the spec E30 cars. You'll see holes drilled in the firewall and the radiator core support.
Yep.
You guys have them too?
That car does.
Right, so when you break your rocker shafts, you can just when you break your rockers, you can pound the shaft into the car through the firewall without pulling the cylinder head off.
One of the fellow drivers of the Vert E30 that's behind the camera right there, one of our drivers is lovingly nicknamed Johnny Two Rocker because
The number 2 rocker goes on him every time?
twice. So at Summit Point, the rocker broke, and then about 6 hours in, the rocker broke again, and we have it. They had it down to about a 30-minute repair because we have a hole in the firewall to just hammer it out and then put it back in. Yep.
Now what you do is get a live video camera, put it on his RPMs for his session.
And just be like, yeah, those poor valves. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, girls, is it girls, women?
Women, girls,
women.
ladies.
I just,
Whatever.
hey, I am so used to using guys, and it's so inappropriate.
Yeah. Gals.
Gals work.
Gals.
I don't know, but ladies,
Not
women,
men.
all team of all women.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
so
And
much
thanks
for
for this
you.
great platform.
Yeah.
I mean, we love
you
the
can thank
AER
for
races.
this.
Yeah, AER
we
is
love
fantastic.
AER races. We'll be at New Jersey in
Awesome.
May.
Yep,
So,
we'll be doing this again in Jersey.
Yeah, fantastic.
Cool. If you have friends that are thinking about coming out and racing with AER, what would you tell them?
What are you waiting for?
yeah, hurry up.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of the series?
The camaraderie.
Yeah.
The people in the paddock are awesome.
Yeah.
You know, the organization's awesome. The fellow drivers are awesome. You know, you see a lot of racing where there's a lot of animosity between teams. Here, it's not that. You know, all of these cars are like the whole E30 line here. We're all in the same class, but we're all just sharing tools, sharing space, sharing help. Because we all want to see each other succeed, and it's more fun when there's 10 cars out there than 2.
Plus, you want to see the driver win.
Yeah.
Not
Right.
the jerk team win.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
You know, you don't want the
keep all the cars running, have a good competition.
well, the nice formula that AER has hit with is that the drivers that just pay their way to get the fastest car don't always win because it's all on average lap time. So who cares if you can go a minute 5 around whatever track? You have to do that consistently. So it's awesome, and that's what makes the racing with this organization even more fun.
And the trophies are wicked cool.
Yeah, the trophies are pretty awesome.
Trophies are great.
All right.
Thank you
All right.
so
All
much.
right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to thank you very much. I'm going to do a little plug for our sponsors. And, yeah, you guys are going to listen to the sponsors because without them, we wouldn't be here doing this, like, live video feed. So, and the other thing to keep in mind is it's not like our sponsors are some random company we haven't heard of. Our sponsors for this live broadcast, the American Endurance Race at Watkins Glen, one of them is actually out here racing. They're out here in the field competing with us, I know, which I think is incredibly cool. So, well, yeah. So our live feed is brought to us by eEuroparts.com, right? Yep. They started with Volvos and Scandinavian parts, and they quickly moved into the Germans. And now basically anything you need for any German car, like Audi and VW, BMW, Mini, whatever it is, eEuroparts got your stuff. Koni shocks. Improve your car's handling by Koni shocks. Hopefully you took advantage of the rebate last month at eEuroparts.com. And Rowe motor oil, super high quality German motor oil, originally made for like the OEs.
Right.
Yeah, no, but this was like the oil they were filling the cars with in Germany, like from the manufacturers.
Right.
And then finally they got it together and said, you know what, we should be selling this in the store, because if it's good enough for like the manufacturers to put in the car as they leave the factory, why not replace it with that oil? So now you can buy Rowe motor oil in the store and put it in your car, and also Powerflex bushings. You know, those like purple urethane bushings that like when the rubber ones wear out, make your car tight and handle good. That's right. We all
have them.
So, you know, those are our sponsors, eEuroparts.com, Koni Shocks, Rowe Motor Oil, and Powerflex Bushings. You guys, thank you so much for bringing this live feed of Watkins Glen of the American Endurance Race. We're going to fight some more teams, some more cars. See you in a bit.